With us, we have Łukasz Warzecha, political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for inviting me. Good evening.
So EU leaders met today and they will meet tomorrow, and they were supposed to talk about economy. However, everything changed. Their agenda changed. They are talking about dire situation in Ukraine and also the Middle East. And also EU leaders are promising sanctions on Iran. But I guess my question is, are these sanctions symbolic ones? Because we know that Iran is an expert, a pro on circumventing sanctions, European sanctions especially.
Well, we will see what will be decided. Nevertheless, we have to keep in mind that there is the problem of the Hormuz Strait. And this is a very dire problem, as the strait is dire itself, because if Iran tries to close the Strait of Hormuz, we will be in a very difficult situation. We, as Europe, we will be in a very difficult situation as far as oil deliveries are concerned. So I really wonder what will be decided, taking that into account.
Right. I'm also wondering about the project of the Iron Dome, because that's something that came up not that long ago. It has been criticized by the part of the Polish political elites, but what's your take on it? Will it be discussed during this summit in Brussels?
First of all, there was a statement from Polish President Mr. Duda that this is a German project, and this statement was understood by some politicians in Poland as being very skeptical, because what is German is thought to be not really very reliable, which is true to some extent, because if we take a look at what German Bundeswehr is like now, in what condition it is, we will see that it is perpetually underfunded. And only I would say about a year ago or 2 years ago, Germany started to try to raise funding for Bundeswehr. So if it is a German initiative, yes, there are reasons to be skeptical. Nevertheless, I would say, and this was a tone of Mr. Siewiera, who is the chief of the President's Bureau of National Security, that this was just a statement of a fact, because in fact this is a German initiative. Nevertheless, it doesn't mean that it is not worth taking into account or considering. Everything that might help us protect our skies and our territory is a good solution, but we also have to take into consideration every aspect of such an initiative, definitely.
Actually, President Duda, I have that quote. He said this is a German business project, which makes it even more a little, the taste of that saying is a little even, more.
We know what he meant.
Not friendly, exactly. Now, President Duda is actually right now in the United States. Now, speaking of allies and security, how crucial is that visit right now for our president to be there and to speak with all the officials there?
Well, I think, of course, the most important and drawing attention point of that visit would be Mr. Duda's meeting with Mr. Donald Trump, who has real big chances to become the next USA president. And this is something that I would like to focus on, because I think that it's a very good idea to meet a potential future American president, and I really cannot understand, or rather I understand the criticism which that meeting is drawing in Poland, but I understand it only in the context of Polish local political infighting. Because if we think about what diplomacy in general is about, it is about interests. It's not about any sentiments. It's not about moralizing. It's about making deals with anyone that can help us raise our defense capabilities. And in this respect, the meeting with a potential future American president is a very good thing and thing that should be done. So I think that we in Poland have a very bad a very bad tendency to consider the American political arguments in the context of our own politics. It's a bad thing to do. We should be as cool as possible. We should really only think about our interest. And in this interest is speaking with Mr. Joe Biden, is speaking with Mr. Duda, is speaking to anyone who can help us raise our defense capabilities.
Well, I agree with you, especially given the fact that about a month ago, David Cameron also visited Donald Trump, and we cannot observe any worsening of relations between the UK and the US. Now, nevertheless, don't you think that this Polish presidential visit to Donald Trump's apartment?
You'll meet in New York, yes.
In New York, right, so that's not Florida. So don't you think that it may actually hurt Polish relations with the current Biden administration?
Well, I do not think so, because Americans are usually quite pragmatic, and they should not expect their allies not to be pragmatic. And this is a very pragmatic move on the part of President Duda. So I really do not think they will criticize him for it. Even less so that the Polish president has really, I think, good relationship with the current American administration.
Mm-hmm. And also President Duda said, it's not a new situation for me to meet with my friends who used to serve as presidents and with whom I conducted Polish affairs on the international arena. So
and also he was, I think he was given some backing from the Polish Prime Minister, his adversary, we would say. So that kind of explains the thing that, well, most of the Polish top politicians agree with Łukasz Warzecha too.
And also we know that President Trump
Yes.
actually has a day off today. He's not in court, so he has a day, a night free night to meet with our president. Łukasz, thank you very much for joining us tonight and explaining the situation.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you.